I can't believe this is a thing. Whatever parent from whether it's the other team or our team or whoever cousin sent this to these outlets, you're a piece of shit, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? This isn't a thing. I'm probably high strung right now, dealing with the move and Cal not showing up this week, firing a kid, and building the studio and shipping 1 million fucking cars out to Texas. Look at me next to those two guys. I look like fucking Ronnie Coleman. So I'm jacked right now, dude. I'm fucking jacked, baby. Dude.
Brendan Schaub's back in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. This whole thing has blown up in his face, and as usual, it's almost entirely his fault. See, this doesn't really have anything to do with his son's baseball game and how he got ejected after attempting to intimidate the umpire after what looks to be a bad call. This is about how Brendan manages to sabotage every situation he finds himself in, making it worse in the process, and then somehow he finds a way to brag about it. But for those of you who have been following the Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen move to Texas over on my main channel, you'll know that I've made some pretty bold predictions, which a lot of you seem to agree with. The first was that he would move to Texas after the LA fires. The second one was a little bit more interesting though. Long story short, Blind Freddy could see that once Brian Callen got to Austin and started mingling with Joe Rogan's selected group of comedy mothership green room assassins, it would be only a matter of time before he ditched Brendan and committed to doing comedy full time. Brendan hasn't even made it to Texas yet, and it's already happening. Honestly, I didn't think it would happen this quick, but as soon as I noticed there was no Fighter and the Kid upload today, I just thought that Brendan's tied up with the move, because we knew he was going to move this week. But then he revealed on the Schaub Show that Brian didn't fly back to LA this week to record the show, and everything fell into place. Callen, the dirty dog, already has one foot out the door. Oh man, I am so here for this. Just quickly though, a massive shout out to all of you who have come over here from my main channel, Podcast Cringe, and subscribed to this new channel. You guys are absolute legends. I appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you so much for helping to get this channel off the ground so fast. It literally hasn't even been a week yet. But enough pillow talk, let's talk baseball. Well, kids baseball. Actually, it's not even Little League, it's Rec League. Jesus.
Your boy doesn't always get thrown out of Little League games, but when I do, I make it count. I coach my son's Rec League team, and it's the playoffs. And I don't say much because, I know I'm f***ing Shrek out there, so they're very intimidated. This game had high-level emotions. He was definitely sided with the other team. The other team was really chummy with him, like buddy. I'm like, this is weird. We weren't getting the same calls. Again, I don't say anything. I'm not trying to be any sort of factor in the game, or cause any issues. I'm just really there for my son and the team. That's it. It's very rare. I get along with everybody, the other coaches. I know everybody. Everything's all good.
But everything was not all good because, as Brendan would later admit, he was bummed out that one of the other parents decided to post the video online, knowing that it would eventually make its way into the Fighter and the Kid subreddit and then onto YouTube. So when he's saying everything's all good, everyone's cool, and they all get along, he means the exact opposite. But more on that in a moment. Let's actually look at what happened. Okay, so apparently the umpire was making bad calls all day. He warned Brendan, who is the first base coach, and then when Brendan's son slid into home plate, the catcher didn't tag him properly, but the umpire called it out. Your boy Bupper then sees that his son's upset. He walks over to the umpire in what could be perceived as an aggressive approach. I mean, like Brendan will keep reminding us in this video, he's well aware of his size compared to the volunteer umpire. He says a few words, backs away once he realizes he's completely out of line, and then some absolute legend clipped up the live stream and put it online. Seriously, if you were the one who got the clip, hit me up so I can personally thank you for your service. But let's just be honest here, guys, this isn't really a big deal. Sure, it's poor form from Brendan, but he's a competitive guy. His emotions got the better of him, and he wanted to intimidate the umpire. Bupper's a bully, this we all know. So when this blew up on Reddit over the weekend, I sat back and said to myself, I cannot wait for the Schaub Show this week, because if there's one thing we know about our boy, it's that he knows how to make a bad situation worse. Much, much worse. And just like one of Rogan's $250,000 mechanical watches, Brendan was right on time.
I was more embarrassed than anything. I'm like, oh no, like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? So then I walked away. Tiger has a bad attitude because his dad got thrown out, which drives me nuts. Whatever parent from whether it's the other team or our team or whoever cousin sent this to these outlets, you're a piece of shit, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? This isn't a thing. Any dad, talk to any dad whose kids played rec or travel ball, got through baseball, and they manage or they coach a team. This happens all the time, man. This shouldn't be news. This isn't anything. And if your dad managed your team and did get thrown out, he don't give a about you or the game. And it wasn't like I was in the ump's face arguing. No. I realize I'm bigger than 90% of the people out there. I already know these people are going to be on their heels. I'm the last person to get in his face, and he's a smaller dude, and out of shape. I realize I'm built like Shaq next to this guy. So I already know he's on his heels, and when I come walking up, he's like, Jesus Christ. I already know that. So I'm like, whoa. I don't yell. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm trying to be cool, but it is what it is. The biggest thing is, them reporting this. Like, what the you doing? It's a rec league, man.
So that video feed, not like you have to be
That's a
part
closed
of it.
feed.
Yeah, that's strange.
That's what bums me out. Tiger's not aware of any of this, nothing.
Watching Brendan realize that someone on his team leaked the clip and probably doesn't like him is a peach's delight. Don't forget, he's in the business of likability, so it's a problem. But I can't emphasize enough that Brendan does stuff like this because he knows he's bigger, stronger, and obviously more skilled when it comes to combat than the other guy. The mental gymnastics is crazy. He's basically saying that once he got closer and realized the guy was shorter than him and out of shape, he backed away and let it go. What he really means is he saw that the umpire was an easy victim, so then he decided to walk over to him and then intimidate him. That's straight up bully behavior. We know he likes to pick on easy targets like Brian Callen and his producer Chin, but when he got called out by Nate Diaz, who's literally almost half his size, he backed away. That's the type of energy we're dealing with here.
Look at me next to those two guys. I look like f***ing Ronnie Coleman, Jesus Christ. So I'm jacked right now, dude. I'm fucking jacked, baby. Dude.
There you go, guys. Right there, he just could not help himself. That's what I mean with this guy. He's so incredibly transparent. He's got the emotional maturity of a teenage boy. If you want to know what Bupper's really thinking, you just got to watch closely and wait long enough until the truth slips out. His ego always reveals the truth. I mean, his lawyers had to save him from the truth last year after he opened his big mouth and sabotaged his lawsuit. But that's another story, because as usual, the hypocrisy got worse.
I don't care if he strikes out, if he walks kids, hits kids, effort, as long as effort's there. And I tell him the difference between the people that go on to play in high school and are outliers in college and the lucky ones that get to the pros through a lot of work, it's athletic ability he has. Check. We got that. He was born with that. You didn't earn that. You were born with that. Check. You're gonna be an outlier athletically and size-wise. You did nothing to earn that. The difference is between the ears. The best guys I know are so mentally strong here, especially in baseball. It's between the ears. The best baseball players are the smartest guys on the field. So when his mental game is in the dumps and he has an attitude, then I get upset. Now Papa Bear comes out. Now we have an issue. It's strikes and home runs and stealing. But I don't give a dude. This is about the journey. I don't care about any of that. When he starts pouting or he gets an attitude, dude, or he's arguing with the umps. Not that he argues, but he'll be like, "That's a strike." I'm like, buddy, it doesn't matter. But he's 9, dude. He's not gonna be Kobe Bryant mama mentality at 9. So you got to give him a break. But yeah, if your dad's a little league coach and you get thrown out, he didn't give a about you.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Brendan's trying to teach his kid that he's lucky he was born with athletic genetics, but that's not enough. He's got to get his head in the game and manage his emotions and not worry about all the little indiscretions on the field. Instead, he's got to focus on the big picture and get the job done for the team. Honestly, that sounds like some pretty good advice. So then why did he give his son literally the exact opposite example by walking down the umpire after a bad call? I mean, that's precisely what he's been teaching his kid not to do. And then he adds in at the end, wait for it, if your daddy never got ejected from a game, he never cared about you. Bro, what are we doing here, B?
We watch?
Nah, you don't need to.
All right, up to you.
People can see it. It's on my Instagram. Only reason I post is take the power away. I would never post any of this. The only reason I do it is once it makes news and it starts getting out there and trending, then I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna let you run with the story. Here's what's going on. Clearly it's a him problem and not me. I'll take accountability. I'm probably high strung right now, dealing with the move and Cal not showing up this week, firing a kid, and building the studio and shipping 1 million cars out to Texas and living at Airbnb, and I got the Airbnb because we were supposed to leave, but Tigers team's in the playoffs, so if they go to the championship, I gotta stay longer. I'm living out a Airbnb, You think that's cool, man? And then this ump's like, yeah, it. You're out of here. I'm like, okay, dude. In the heart of the team.
I love that line. Literally, it's a him problem, not me, but I'll take accountability. Bro, what? Then we got all the excuses about how he's not in a good headspace at the moment. Brian Callen abandoned him and didn't show up to the studio to record the fighter and the kid. He's stressed about the move to Texas. It's taking its toll on the whole family. So instead of being a rock and guiding his family through a tough time, he lets his emotions get in the way and looks for an opportunity to stroke his ego in front of all the other baseball dads. Except one of them hates him and leaked the clip. Seriously, someone get this guy some milk. Anyway, while you're here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see more content, head over to my main channel for longer, more in-depth videos. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I'm doing fine. You ever seen that meme where it's like, I'm fine, and the whole thing's on fire behind him? That's me right now.